it's Sherry from A Quilting Life, and I'm here today to share with you a new jelly roll pattern. I'm super excited to share my jelly roll sampler, a fun 16-block sampler quilt that can be made entirely from a jelly roll. I've had a lot of requests for this in the past, and my goal was to get this done in time for National Sew a Jelly Roll Day, which is coming up on September 16th. So let's go ahead and get started, and I'll give you all of the details about this fun quilt. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the jelly roll sampler up close. As I mentioned earlier, I really, for quite a while, have been wanting to design a sampler quilt that uses just a jelly roll. I actually get emails quite frequently through my shop asking me if I have a sampler quilt with a jelly roll and what patterns are great for jelly rolls. And I do have a ton of great jelly roll patterns, and we can actually link to a video that we did, I think about a year ago, where we shared a lot of different jelly roll quilts. But I've never done a sampler that is just with a jelly roll. And so this is the jelly roll sampler, and I wanted to also get this ready in time for National Sew a Jelly Roll Day, which is just around the corner on September 16th, 2023. Of course, you can use this at any time. Just a few, the jelly roll sampler finishes at 47.5 by 47.5, so it's a really nice size for a wall hanging or a table topper. And the other thing that you can also do with this is, because there are 16 different blocks, you can make smaller mini samplers. If you wanted a smaller wall hanging, you could do a group of 9 blocks, would make a really fun wall hanging, or even a group of 4. A group of 4, I feel like, could even make a nice large pillow, depending on how you sashed it. And so there are just lots of fun options that you can do with these blocks and with this pattern. And of course, since it is a jelly roll sampler, you will be making all of these pieces from a jelly roll. I have the construction methods in the pattern so that you can use a jelly roll. A couple of things that means is that you wouldn't be able to use specialty rulers and make larger flying geese or half square triangles and trim them down. You would be just using the jelly roll strips. But as I was putting it together, I actually thought if someone really, really wanted to use those methods on some of those units in this quilt could also be made with a layer cake, and then you would have the extra fabric that you needed in order to make the flying geese a little bit larger and trim down, and also do that with your half square triangles. So if you want to go full jelly roll mode, it works, but also I did figure out that a layer cake will also work and will give you the bigger pieces that you need to make some of those blocks oversized and trimmed down to size. There are 2 different flower blocks. There is a pinwheel. There are several different star variations in here, and a few of the blocks use flying geese. And then there are also some really simple blocks that are just really simple patchwork. So I feel like this is a great quilt for a beginner. This could really be someone's first quilt, and it could also, if you're a shop owner, it could be easily used for a class teaching new quilters how to quilt and learn a variety of techniques. I did do something really fun with the sashing, where I did little 4 patches and a strip piece sashing, and you'll notice that the sashing kind of rotates, so when you're putting it together, you need to follow the diagram so that you get everything in the correct order and you have all of these turned the right way. I thought it was just a really fun way to set this. The fabrics are all from our Strawberry Lemonade collection, which will be available in January 2024. And like I said, if you want to make this, just reserve a jelly roll or a layer cake, and then you'll just need a little bit of extra fabric. For the border, I used the fun floral in aqua, and then I used our red gingham for the binding. And then I used for the backing, I probably would use this for every single backing with every single quilt in this collection if I had had enough sample yardage. But I just love, love, love the Grandmother's Flower Garden cheater block print. It's just perfect for your backings, and really love how you can use well, actually you can use any fabric in the collection for your binding, and it's going to look great with this. So that's an up-close look at the Jelly Roll pattern. It comes in a booklet. It's quite long because every single block has a page, so it is a 20-page booklet with directions for every single block, and it's available now in both paper and PDF. Okay, so that's it for the Jelly Roll sampler. As I mentioned before, the patterns are available now in paper and PDF. And as I also mentioned in the video, you can actually use a layer cake for this quilt, so it will give you a little bit more wiggle room. But for those wanting to have a fun project with a jelly roll, this is perfect for National Sew a Jelly Roll Day. You can actually, if you have all your blocks cut out, you can sew all the blocks in one day. And I know that because I made the quilt in one day, and I didn't even have them all cut out. So I know if your blocks are cut out, you can sew this in a day. It's a terrific project to celebrate one of our favorite pre-cuts, the Jelly Roll. If you enjoyed today's video, please share it with a friend, hit the like button, and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thanks so much for stopping by.